Good morning, Trailblazers. Good morning. How's everyone doing today? I hope you guys liked your surprise bags this week. How were the brownies? Were they good? I hope so. How are you doing, Milton? Well, okay. Just okay? What's wrong? Actually, I'm mad. What are you mad about? Well, I can't go anywhere. I can't see my friends. I can't go to school. It's nice and the pool's not even open. Oh, Milton, that's tough. You know, there's a lot of kids that feel the same way. They miss church and they miss school and their friends. It's just kind of the time that we're in right now. Yeah, and I kind of feel scared too. I hear my mom and my dad when they're watching the news and people are getting sick and people around the world have died and they seem afraid, and when my mom's afraid, I'm afraid too. Yeah, lots of people are afraid right now because we're kind of in uncertain times. We don't know what's going to happen. But don't worry, Milton. No matter what happens, God is in control. Let me tell you a story of a girl named Esther. She lived in uncertain times too. Esther was a Jewish girl, and she was raised by her uncle Mordecai. And of all the girls in the kingdom, the king picked her to be his queen because she was beautiful not just on the outside, but on the inside too. Wow, she sounds neat. Well, the king had a wicked advisor named Haman who was secretly plotting to destroy and kill all the Jews. This means Esther was going to be in trouble too. But she had the opportunity to step in and save her people because she was the queen. She could go before the king and ask him for help. But there was a problem. It was against the law for anyone to come before the king on his throne without being asked. So if Esther came before the king without being asked, she could be killed. That sounds bad! Was she scared? You bet she was scared. But her uncle Mordecai told her something she never forgot. Mordecai encouraged Esther and he said, Esther, perhaps you have become queen for a time just such as this. Wow, that must have made her feel brave. I wish I felt brave. I just miss my friends and I want everything to go back to being the same. Well, things may never be exactly the same, Milton, but that's okay. Sometimes it's the hard things that make us better and stronger, and many times it's the hard things that bring us closer to God. Everybody goes through hard things and everybody falls down, but the important thing is that we get back up. I've got a story today of somebody who fell down. His name is Humpty Dumpty. Have you ever heard of Humpty Dumpty? Oh, I love that poem. Well, I have a story about Humpty Dumpty called After the Fall. And so, Milton, I'm going to put you right here so you can see the pictures. It's a story called After the Fall, How Humpty Dumpty Got Back Up Again by Dan Satat. And I think you guys will really like it. My name is Humpty Dumpty. This was my favorite spot, high up on the wall. I know it's an odd place for an egg to be, but I loved being close to the birds. Then one day, I fell. I'm sort of famous for that part. Folks called it the Great Fall, which sounds a little grand, but it was just an accident. But it changed my life. Fortunately, all the king's men managed to put me back together. There's Humpty Dumpty all back together. Well, most of me. There were some parts that couldn't be healed with bandages and glue. Look, they put his shell back together, but he looks like he's still afraid. After that day, I became afraid of heights. I was so scared that it kept me from enjoying some of my favorite things. Look, he can't get to all his favorite cereals. Look, he had to get boring cereal. Who wants that? His fears are keeping him away from things he loves. I walked past the wall every day, and I would think about climbing that wall, that ladder again. I really missed the birds and being high above the city, but I could never do it, because I knew that accidents can happen. I eventually settled for watching the birds from the ground. It wasn't the same, but it was better than nothing. Then one day, an idea flew by. What's his idea? What's his idea, Leaf? An airplane. Making planes was harder than I thought. It was easy to get cuts and scratches. But day after day, I kept trying and trying. Look, he tried so hard he fell asleep. Until I got it just right. Wow, now that is a cool paper airplane. My plane was perfect, and it flew like nothing could stop it. I hadn't felt that happy in a long time. It wasn't the same as being in the sky with the birds, but it was close enough. Oh man, he is loving that plane, isn't he? Unfortunately, accidents happen. Oh man, in life, accidents happen. They always do. Oh no, look where his plane's going. It's going up on the wall. What's he gonna do? I almost walked away again, but then I thought about all the time I'd spent working on my plane and all the other things I'd missed. I decided I was going to climb that wall. Way to go, Humpty Dumpty. But the higher I got, the more nervous I felt. I didn't want to admit it. I was terrified. Man, sometimes facing the hard things is scary. But you know what? You can do it. Humpty Dumpty, he's doing it. I didn't look up. I didn't look down. I just kept climbing. One step at a time. Is he gonna make it? I think so. Until I was no longer afraid. Look at that. Humpty Dumpty conquered his fear. He got back up. Maybe now you won't think of me as that egg who was famous for falling. Crack. Crack. Is that a feather? Hopefully you remember me as the egg who got back up. Look, he's cracking, and there's more feathers. Boom! Look at that! What did Humpty Dumpty become? What did he become, Leaf?
An eagle.
Eagle. And learned how to fly. I bet Humpty Dumpty's not afraid of heights anymore, is he? You know what? Inside that shell all along, Humpty Dumpty was an eagle waiting to come out. Inside us, God has made us for something special. And it's those hard things that grow us and make us stronger. You know, when a chicken is hatching out of an egg, they have to push real hard and develop their muscles so that they can get out. But if you help them and you pull the shell off, they'll never learn how to fly because they have to go through that hard time of cracking and pushing through the egg. And it's when we go through those hard times that we become stronger too. If Humpty Dumpty had never fallen, he would never have faced his fear and discovered what he was really made to do. Humpty Dumpty was really made to fly. And when bad things happen, we can become angry, we can become scared. or we can become better. Jesus tells us in the book of Matthew, "Lo, I am with you even until the end of the age." So no matter what happens, we don't have to be afraid because Jesus will be with us all the way until the end. He has promised to be with us always. How does that make you feel, Milton? That makes me feel great. I still feel scared, but I know Jesus is with me. So when the world is angry, we can be hopeful. And when everyone else is scared, we can be brave. You can be brave, Milton. And when hard things come, we can trust in Jesus and grow better. Let me tell you a little secret, Milton. It's not the dark that we need to be afraid of. It's the dark that's afraid of us. When we have Jesus in our heart, his light shines and the darkness hides. And you have that light in you. And you have that light in you. And don't ever be afraid to shine it. It's Jesus' light that makes the darkness hide. So go out and shine your light, trailblazers. Perhaps you were created for a time such as this. I hope you have a great day, trailblazers. Pastor Isaac and Leaf are going to come say goodbye. Bye!
Bye!
Hope you have a great day and shine that light, trailblazers. Don't ever let your light go out. Love you guys.